Hello, fellow trailblazers. Welcome to Escapes with TK. Welcome to another episode on Escapes with TK podcast, where we talk everything travel, lifestyle, and adventure. We are shooting live from Mahlakapesi Guest Lodge, and I have a very special guest sitting next to me today, and we're going to talk everything the tourism industry in Lesotho and across the African continent, but also very internationally as well. Today's sponsor is Mahlakapesi Guest Lodge. They've hosted us and the team, and of course, Leseli Tours, who is also collaborating with us to make this episode happen. So, you think I'm going to introduce this guest? I had to practice his name. Let me leave it to him. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Morake, welcome to Escapes with TK podcast.
It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me.
So, how do you say, for people who don't know you, who are you?
Ke Rethabile Morake. When I was born, family was happy. So Rethabile.
Rethabile, okay.
Yeah, when they send grandma for a name, or ngwana o hlahile re kopa lebitso ke moshanyana a re Rethabile ka nnete le ngwana lebitso ke Rethabile. So ke Rethabile Morake, born and bred in the Mountain Kingdom. Ke Nare, I'm a Leribe product. Citizen of the world.
Citizen of the world.
Yeah,
That is dope.
Yeah, proudly Leribe, born and bred. So I go by the name Captain Shylock. Shylock from the Merchant of Venice in Shakespeare. Yeah, so Shylock is basically my father's nickname, and I've always been captain of the industry. So with my father having passed on, I need his name to live forever.
Sure.
So I'm Captain Shylock because my father was Shylock. That was his nickname as well. That eventually became his name.
His name.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
It's a long introduction right there.
I love it nonetheless.
Sure.
So, captain of industry, ne?
Yeah.
You are doing incredible work
Thank
within
you.
the tourism space, and I believe in
Appreciate it.
people getting their flowers while they're still alive.
Thank you.
How did you get into the industry? Where did you start?
Interesting enough, I also got into the tourism industry by default as well. I'm a designer by profession. So I went through normal education, Shotse and Leribe English Medium Primary and High School. And I've always been an extrovert. I've always been inquisitive. And one of the things that have always bothered me is, why are we poor? Poverty is not okay.
And it doesn't look
No,
good either.
no.
Yeah.
And I hope one day we will break free from poverty. And my question has always been, why are we third world? There's first world and we're third world. You know, when you watch movies, people just watch movies to enjoy. But when I'm watching a movie and I see a train, for example, people having a conversation, they're hopping onto a train. There's no train in Lesotho. Why? You know,
We were
why?
talking about this last night to say, in fact, this morning, can we see a train from Tabatseka to Mkhotlo
Yeah.
and back to Maseru? Yeah.
I'm glad somebody is thinking along
Yeah.
those lines. So, also, I'm a rebel. Don't put me in a corner, you won't win.
Rebel by cause.
No. So, growing up, my mother wanted me to be a doctor, and my father wanted me to be a businessman. I've always known I was an artist. Every time I get a chance, I would draw, you know. So, that's where the art came in. So, I went to Machaben to do IB, and I just did IB art for 2 years. And then I went to university in Pretoria. It was Pretoria Tech, but when we graduated, it was TUT. That's one University of Technology.
Hey, I'm a Swanee baby as well.
Yeah. Maraba Start. I deliberately put it Maraba Start, not Hatfield.
Yeah, I'm a Hatfield baby.
I was winding you up.
I know.
So I studied design, graphic design, because I like communicating. So I was looking into the advertising side of the world. Like every time I watch adverts on TV, even when I was a kid or on a newspaper, I break it down. Some people will just go for the humor. But I'm thinking, man, that concept was on point and well executed, you know. So after I graduated in 2004, I decided before I start working, before ke ba le dikoloto, before ke ba le mosadi, before I get tied down, I want to travel. And I want to travel to the first world. I'm still worried, why are we third world? What are we missing? What is it that the world is doing that we're missing? My first visa application, I applied for a visa to go to the UK. And somebody said, go through an agency. I'm like, nah. So I went to in Pretoria, I went to the British High Commission. And then I applied for a visa. I got a message, your visa is approved. I took my passport, it was stamped. Now reality hit me. Wait a minute. Did I just get the visa to the UK?
Sure.
Then I asked my dad for funding. My dad is a businessman.
I was about to ask, where do you get the pounds? Because the way the
No,
pounds are set up as well.
no. My father's a businessman before I was even born. Retail, your typical grocery stores, supermarkets, gas stations, and things like that. But he's a tough cookie. So I said, Dad, I would like to go abroad. Funding yana. He's like, what way? Okay, to school, I give you to apara dipurapere. Tla mo sebetsa, o batla mosebetsi. You behaving like a snob. Don't even think about it. Tell it. So I went to speak to my mom. My mom is a teacher. Mom, I need to go abroad. I already have a visa. My mom is like, ngwanak. So I'm the only child at home.
Yeah.
Ule mo mfela, how so ile kwa sa khutli. I can need hana mo ya batla mosebetsi. I left against their will. I called my mom, I'm like, airport tickets am I? Call my dad, I'm like, bye, I'm gone. So I went to the UK. Reality hit me when I landed in London. My dad, how about my house pizza? So I told myself, I had already started reading anyway, metaphysics, law of attraction, mind powering books. Whatever your mind can conceive, you can achieve.
Sure.
So I said, when I land, because you fly through the night, when I land that site, I must find a job. Long story short, I got out of the airport. It was March. High level, like you enter that site. And then I hopped into a train into London, the city, found a place to stay. I hopped into a bus looking for a job. So I'm looking outside the window. This bus is traveling. It was so the buses are numbered. So bus 149 to London Bridge. I just decided to hop onto the bus. I saw some graphics and branding company, Universal, whatever. So I pressed the button because I see people are pressing the button for the bus to stop. You don't say "Kyateo," just press. Cling, cling. I press the button. I got off the bus. I walk into this branding company, and then I asked to see the boss. And he comes, excuse me, do you have an appointment? I'm like, no, but I'm looking for the boss. He says, how can I help you? I am the boss. I'm like, oh, okay. Can I have a minute of your time? He says, sure. Be quick, I don't have enough time. Yeah, my name is
Elevator pitch.
Stephen. So my name is Stephen. I come from Africa. I haven't slept a night in this country, and I'm looking for a job. Hello, Stephen. Did anybody say we're hiring? I'm like, no, actually. Sorry, there's no job. I'm like, if you give me 2 minutes of your time to tell you why you need me in your company, I'll appreciate. Excuse me, I need you. I'm like, yeah, you do. Says, okay, try me. That 2 minutes turned into 30 minutes.
Sure.
And then he says, I think I like you. He picks up his phone, he calls his business partner. The guy says he will be there at 6. Stephen, can you be at 6? I'm like, yeah, I will be. 6 p.m., I'm outside. I left, I came back, 6 p.m. Says, Steve, this is my business partner, Douglas. I was like, hi, Mr. Douglas. We spoke. Long story short, I was employed. Stephen, when do you want to start? I said, tomorrow. So whatever your mind can conceive, you can achieve.
You can achieve.
Yeah.
Profound.
There's a guy from Ghana called Wode Maya. I went on social media in September when it snowed. I drove my vehicle from Maseru. I drove up the snow. And I said, Wode Maya, son of Ghana, we need you here in Lesotho now.
Sure.
Can you come visit now?
I love how the accent changed suddenly.
This one, we need you here. Oh. And then I put it on Facebook and I said, can you guys help me reach this guy? He never responded. Boom. I'm hosting him now. So it starts here. Law of attraction. Whatever you want, you send it to the universe. It goes in radio waves, electromagnetic waves. It gets where it's going. You get results. Not in your time. When the time is right.
When the time is right.
God answers in his time, not in your time.
When the time is right. Yeah. So now the time is right for you. Wode Maya is here and you're hosting him. How has that journey been? And how important is it for us as a country to have such people come visit the kingdom?
Before Wode Maya, we are already trailblazing. I'll come to him. So
I love that. Trailblazing.
So when I was out in the UK, remember my mission. Why are we poor? So in the first world, it could have been Australia, it could have been Austria, it could have been China, it could have been Japan, but it's the UK. It could have been the US. I want to go to church because I was raised in church. I want to go to church and hear how does this mind function? What makes these people first
First
First world,
world, yeah.
yeah. Bana ba kgalemela jwang. I want to go club. I want to go to their clubs and see when ba abuse alcohol jwalo ka rona. And the love of the country. What's going on? Ke eng e etsa hore rona re sotlehe? Ha ke rate diphallela. Growing up, re tla fuwa dijo tse hothweng what aid, and I'm like, I don't like handouts. You know, ke batla ho earn what I earn. This country is rich, bruh. Lesotho is rich, but why are we not rich? So out there in the UK, I found the answers to what I was looking for. I wanted to find out why are they first world and why are we third world? And the answer I can give to that is patriotism. You know, people in an average household in England, there's a flag flying out of the window. So there's a flag on the balcony. You know, they take pride in them being English.
Sure.
Rona Mosotho ha ka la tsamaya re kopana bo France kwana o motse o tswa kae? Yeah, I'm from Bloemfontein, you know, I'm from Free State.
Bloemfontein.
What's how is our Lesotho? You understand? Because it feels like Lesotho is not good enough. So the people do it for the country. You know, the children are taught banze ba le banyenyana to love the country. And I went further doing my research. I love my whiskey, eh? Now when I start looking, now how when you're looking, everything you zoom in. Every time I drink whiskey, it's Scotch. Your Glenfiddich, your Glenmorangie, your name them all. Your black label, your red label. So I want to know why. Then I'm watching an advert on TV. The best whiskey is Scotch because of our beautiful highlands and clean waters. I'm like, wait a minute, we've got highlands and water. So I went to Scotland. So Scotland sells the brand Scotland. And one of the unique selling propositions of Scotland is the highlands, their mountains. And they have rich history. I book a tour. So I to London to move around. I'm not saving. I didn't go there to make money. Every cent I'm making, I'm
Goes
blowing it on
towards your
travel.
yeah,
because
excursions.
I wanna see so many countries and see now why are these people first world? So out in Scotland, first point I go to the Highlands. Bruh, we're in a tour bus with people from the US, Asia, everywhere. And we stop. This is the highest point in Scotland. It's called Ben Nevis at an altitude of 1,000 meters above sea level. And I'm like,
That's a
don't
minimum.
with me. Like, are you serious now? 1,000 meters.
1,000
Maseru is sitting
meters.
at 1,400.
Sure.
Ke patale o tla
Sure.
bona ntho e ka. Ke sile ntho e ka Lesotho. So I'm paying attention, highlands, yeah. I'm struggling to breathe, the oxygen. I'm like, yeah, give me a break, you know. So we go further into Loch Ness, the lakes we explore. I remember Katsi, I remember Mahali. I'm like, wait a minute, I left treasure at home. So going deeper into tourism, these guys are wearing dresses, different
kids,
colors.
yeah.
So I'm like, why are men wearing dresses? Like, yeah, they're called kilts.
Yeah.
Yeah, these guys are the Tetons. So now when I hear more, so you see the guys wearing the red checked one. That one is wearing brown. Is a clans.
Sure.
You know. So I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm
We have
loving this. Yeah. So this guy is wearing a dress and he's working with pride. So culture, it got back to me. You know, that's a story for another day.
Story for another day.
Yeah. So I started embracing and looking further into the ethnicity. You understand? Then the more I travel, I realize, hang on, we even have better in Lesotho. Imagine if you visit Lesotho and which is what we did with Wode Maya to them. You know what I mean? You know, imagine you're going to a village and you're riding a horse because this is lifestyle. It's not set up for tourism. And I quit my job in the UK, man. After I had gone to Switzerland and France and Ireland and Germany and Wales, I decided, Kishapo ka Europe. Kishapo. 2 years, Kishapo. I resigned from my job. Are you kidding me, Stephen? Where are you going? I'm going home.
Living in the UK to
Dude,
come back to Lesotho.
You're going home to poverty. I was raised in poverty. I can't stay here. I'm a rebel, by the
Sure.
way. Yeah. So I came home. Ha ke fihla mona kwana reality shapa. Hey, but now what have I done?
What have I done?
It was about high. So I landed at OR Tambo. I asked my friend Mutusi Lotlela, we were in university together. I was home. Hey, Muna Mutusi got on Lata airport. I need to breathe before I go to Lesotho. I give it a formata. I was like, no, stay here. So I stayed in Pretoria. I found a job. But remember the mission. It's a positive change at home. Then I started Leseli Media as a designer. Then Gauteng does to me what UK did to me. Young reject. I'm not a city boy. It's a concrete jungle. I want a village.
Sure.
I want the real people, you know. So I would come to Lesotho, I can all stress. I would take a car, ke kganne ke ye Thaba-tseka, just driving up those mountains, ke ye Katse, then I go back to Joburg. Ning, people see my post as I travel alone. Ke hlwa mafika disiu, I'm taking photos. But hey, Oscar, see you next time, we'll chip in petrol. So I'm like, yeah, let's do this. Then I used to drive a twin cab 4x4 with a canopy.
Sure.
So I was throwing a mattress. Then there's 3-4 people at the back. Was about village 300.
Sell petrol,
Hey, I
okay.
remember every time I went to the lodge.
Yeah.
Because we paying for accommodation and Gazeta, we're buying food. But I'm loving it. I'm happy. I don't want to make profit. I'm just traveling because I'm here to,
I need to
go
clear my
distress. I'm
mind,
not making
yeah.
money. Then go back to Joburg. Then later I'm like, hi. Now this design thing is not me. You know. So I started Leseli Tours. There was Leseli Media. My daughter's Lesedi, so these things are named after her. I started Leseli Tours. Then I started packaging consciously now to make profit. Okay, so now I want to take people to Katadem for end of the year celebration, you know, a New Year Passover, you know. So I'll get a target to say if I have 14 people, I'll take a quantum. And the vehicle will cost me this much.
Sure.
Accommodation will cost me this much. And then the boat ride and the botanical garden entry and the dam tour cost me this much. Then I need to make markup profit, you know.
Sure.
So I started doing it as a business.
I have a question before. What sparked the transition from Gazeta to actually I can do this and make it a business that is profitable?
The transition was I was reading a lot, and one of my role models is Sir Richard Branson, and one of his books titled "Screw It, Just Do It." He says, if you do something you love, you never work a day in your life.
Sure.
Yeah. So you're working, but it doesn't feel like work because you love it. You know. So I started thinking, I love traveling. Let me just get paid for it. So let me consciously now decide to do it in a business. That's when I started packaging. You know, there were no tour operators in Lesotho back then in the early 2000s. So we started packaging Katsi, Semongkong. We're going places, you know, Mohali. Then I started getting creative. I do 4x4 expeditions, you know. So we drive from Tele to Michachan, like 10 districts. People come in their 4x4s. I lead. I navigate the route. Sometimes I drive first. It's fun while we're doing it. It's all about fun.
Sure.
Then it was serious business. But now more and more people started coming into the game, and I loved it. I didn't see them as competition. Ke borea ka pele. Now I can be packaging picnics and tours around. I'm stretching it now.
Been there, done that, got the t-shirt.
You know,
Yeah.
so we had just brought in people for the New Year Passover. We went to pick them up in Joburg. They came in their 4x4s. We drove through Butabute. We went through to Katsedam. Then we drove through Thaba-tseka. We came down to Maseru. Obviously, we're camping as we go. Then I chartered a helicopter. Back then, the only helicopters were from the Defense Force. And it was quite cheap. You charter a helicopter for an hour for 4,000. 4,000, you can fly so many times. So we flew around. And then there was like 30,000 profit. I'm like, what? So this was end of the year now. Happy New Year. You know, we're riding horses in Nkatsi. So there's 30K from this. Then I decided I want to blow this money on travel again. Then I saw an MSC package, cruise ship to Portuguese islands. It was leaving around January, early January. People don't have money. It was ridiculously cheap, 75% discount. I think the ship didn't have enough people. So they just wanted people
just
on
to
space.
get people.
Yeah, I think I went on a cruise for like 3,000 for a whole week.
Whoa.
I paid, I left. I had a brother of mine, we were doing business together. He's a teacher at Fagot in Dadetaba. Shout out to him, Musue. So I said, Musue, there's a cruise. It's like, Mukwena, are you sure? I'm like, Tabele, we have the money.
Let's go.
It's like, Mukwena, are you sure? I'm like, Tabele, we have 30K. If I pay 3,000 for myself, you pay 3,000 for yourself.
Sharp.
We still have 24K. We can buy the alcohol, we can party, and we can package the cruise. It's like, yeah, when I also work a package, like, ah, yeah. So we went on a cruise ship, Portuguese island, took photos. This is 2012, bro. And we had so much fun. The dance floor, the parties, the performances, the theater, the food. And at time I fit lot. So I love the food. We ate, we had fun. We came back. I'm a designer. Started designing a post. Started looking for the real prices. We're packaging. People were going on a cruise with us. And that's where the cruise thing came. And I said, "Ha ke sa batla ho packages tsa Lesotho. There's too many people doing them. So ha re ba shoot So I didn't see it as competition. People started packaging the cruise. And I'm like, hey, Devil, ke bone bushfire Swaziland, man. Let's go check it out. So we take the vehicle, we go camp in Swaziland. Following year, we're taking people to Swaziland. Now everybody in Lesotho is going on a cruise. Everybody's going to bushfire. I'm like, so when we went to bushfire, we throw in swag. So I go hire the motorhome, about the caravan.
Yes, yes, yes.
So
yes.
like I'm all about. So I want the fleet of the Mercedes. So we've got the 4 Mercedes, 36 sleeper. And then their logo ya company. So we put the stickers of Leseli Tours on the logo on top. So it looks like it's ours. So Harry Fitla, we camping, we park there in the village, we have a Lesotho flag. People are like, you guys from Lesotho, you're so rich. So here's the boss. Dude, you own this. How much is each? I don't even know how much. I'm like, yeah, I invested 2 million in each. So 2, 4, 6, 8 million. Can I go and sell it, you know? We have a good time. Everybody's going to Swaziland. And I'm like, okay, enough about bushfire, you know? So we start packaging Mauritius, we start doing places. So that's how, like now everybody is doing tourism. Big ups to Lincoln Queen University of Creative Technology for empowering young people to go into tourism business. So now there's everybody.
Sure.
And it looks colorful, it's beautiful. I decided I'm done with this space. I'm not packaging anything anymore. So now I tapped into the next market. I do executives. You've stopped seeing my vehicles branded on the road. So when we came in, we were Team Mercedes. Now we've gone completely quiet. We don't want to be known because we serve a market exclusive. So now we do VIPs.
Sure.
So a typical client, Leseli Tours now would be, you get a brief. So when you get a brief, hi, our executive is coming down to Lesotho. He's our CEO, and he'll be coming in his private jet. And can you facilitate this? And make sure your vehicles are this. They want the photos of the vehicles. So now we don't do tours. We do what we call chauffeur service. Now we wear a suit. You know the movie The Transporter?
Yes, yes,
Now
yes.
you wear a suit and
The
polished.
whole, yeah.
Shoes. Depending on who the client is, you really go overboard. Like when we do diplomats, you find there's an event in Lesotho, the ambassador to whatever country is coming, they're booking you. The vehicle is black, executive. Don't overdress and outdo the client. But
It's
also,
not about you.
But also don't be techie.
Sure.
You know, so you open the door for a client now. You usher the client into the vehicle. The vehicle must be air conditioned. When you drive now, both hands on set, you can't be on your phone, you know. So I started getting myself into this protocol.
How do you prepare to become that suit, checked up?
You get a brief.
Yeah.
Like I said. For example, when I drive the CEO of Samsung, I wear a blue suit.
Because, okay.
I'm complimenting them as
Yeah,
a brand.
yeah,
You know, I'm wearing
yeah.
a blue suit. I've had a privilege of being in South Korea, where Samsung comes from. And I've had a privilege of interacting with the Koreans. So I do a research about my clients. You know, like I've driven so many important people, and I don't even talk about it. Like when elections are coming, there would be a SADC observer mission. I'll be driving the head of the mission. So when the motorcade comes in blue lights, the police clearing the way. Behind the motorbike is a protocol vehicle. Behind protocol vehicle, I'm that guy driving the VIP client, you know. So you don't need any kind of stress. No girlfriend stress, no
Jala.
no mjolo stress, no hangover, bruh. Like
No
you're
hangover.
focused. If something happens on the road, you can't afford anything to go wrong. And now you're carrying another country's flag. So you can't be caught on the wrong side. So even when I knock off, if it's a multiple day job, even when I knock off, I park the car at the hotel. So if I'm driving you in a Mercedes-Benz G-Class, you want your G-Class every day. Clean. Like when it was King's birthday, when His Majesty was doing 60th, the delegates I was driving, you drive the judge of the Constitutional Court of South Africa, you drive the chairperson or the president of the Philharmonic Orchestra of South Africa, Bongani Tembe. You drive very important people. So if I'm booked and I gave the judge a Range Rover and I gave Bongani a G-Wagon and I gave whoever a Viano, I can't change vehicles tomorrow. Because chances are he will leave his glasses or he will leave some, and just the comfort.
And also just
he's
feel
bonding with the
safe,
car.
yes,
and I can't
yes.
change the driver
Yeah,
either.
yeah.
You know, because you bond with these people.
Sure.
So whoever picks up the client at the airport is with the client until the client leaves. But now this is the real business. You don't get this business every day. But these guys come here for 2 days, you have 40K. Then you can go focus on other things. You understand? So the level of commitment, your car can be dirty. You can't be late. You can't run out of fuel. Your car can break down.
Yo, the car can break down.
So
Yes.
sometimes, depending who the client is, sometimes you don't know the brief. You just know who you're picking up. So when you're at the airport, they say, "Is that Captain Shylock?" Because I send my brief. Yes, it is. Captain, we have an appointment with His Majesty in Matieng. Can you get us there? Now I'm thinking, Toropo.
Sure.
And then from the airport to Matieng, Hakifita there, they're waiting for us, you know. And then you can't be taking photos and say, "Yo, His Majesty Residence, Matieng, yo, swag." No, you're chilling. You're there. You're waiting for the next assignment. That's where I am right now. So answering your question, Wode Maya, when he came, I'd been inviting him. He'd not. I keep getting messages, inbox. Hi, I will speak to you, Wode Maya. Hi, I'll be coming to Lesotho. Only now when we hear, he tells me, "I'm gonna tell you a big secret. I don't read WhatsApps." I always said, "Listen, it's my team." So when he came here, he posted, "I'm at the border in Maseru. The vehicle can cross. I'm gonna figure it out. I hear there's a Braai festival. It's sold out. I need tickets. If anybody knows anybody." So people start tagging me because I'd been inviting this guy on social media. So like, "Yo, Captain, Wode Maya is here." So I ignore it. At first, I'm pissed off. Like I've been begging this guy to visit. He's here. We get fair, so I'm not involved, you know, because I prepare for clients. I get out of my way, you know. So this guy arrives and he's stranded. So somebody says, "Captain, please, your guy is here. You've been asking." So I respond on his page on the comment section. I'm like, "I'm not interested. Let him struggle. The guy loves to struggle. Let him struggle. We wanted to hook him up. He doesn't want. So let him be." So he comes back and he calls me. "Yeah, it's a captain." I was like, "Yeah. Ah, what am I here?" So I'm thinking, am I upset or am I excited? Because I love the guy, you know. It's like asking a girl out. You have hope, okay, without fanako. You know, she's not gonna say yes on day one.
Playing hard to get.
But eventually you win. But the guy, what is going to get? So when he talks, now when the girl talks back, you're thinking, is this my chance? You know. So I'm like, "Yeah, what's up? Man, I don't have a place to stay." I'm like, "Yeah, so what? Please help." I'm like, "Ish, the moment you hear please help." And this guy is an international African ambassador. So let's make Lesotho look good. So I said, "Where are you?" He told me where he was. "I don't have accommodation. Accommodation is full. It's roof of Africa, bro."
Roof of Africa, yes.
So I said, "I will see you in the morning." I called a few people. Mama Mutake Matakani gets me accommodation at 1 a.m. I get back to Wode Maya, he's sleeping. So I must call Mama Mutake back and say, "Hakimotoli Mutia."
Yo.
He says, "Don't worry, brother. You're doing a good job." The following morning, I said, he calls back Wode Maya, says, "Send me location." He's at Tribute Guest House. I get there. No, not Tribute.
Scenery.
Scenery.
Yes.
So I said, "Send me a picture of where you are." He takes the picture of the signage. So I get there. It's like, "Yo, bro, first of all, I'm sorry. You've been trying to reach me." I'm like, "Relax, bro. I got you. What do you want to do?" "I want to go to the festival and there's this guy. The names are so hard. Teacher. I'm like, "Oh, Teacher Pule." So he offered a vehicle. So I called Pule. "What's up, bro?" "Yeah, sharp. Whatever I wants to come." And says, "Yeah, I'm offering him a vehicle. You want to drive him?" I'm like, "Yeah." Sure. "Okay, you'll get a Fortuna full tank sponsored for 2 days. Saturday and Sunday." So Teacher Pule's guys bring me a Fortuna, 2014 edition, branded. We start having fun. We go to the roof of Africa. We go to Malitunyani. So the deal I have with Wode Maya is, when I'm here, take care of me.
Take care of me. And I think
That's exactly what
at
I'm
this
doing.
point in time, let's take care of the bills. So we'll be back for a quick break and then we'll be back after this.
Hello, fellow trailblazers. Welcome to Escapes with TK.
So now, help me. Then what happens?
Yeah, so the guy's like, "Can you help me?" So, you know, in life, if you want something, you must be prepared. If you want to travel, make sure you have a passport. So that when the opportunity knocks, you don't say, "Well, I can have passport."
I can have passport.
Hey, so I had been inviting the guy to come. He's finally here. And then he presents me an opportunity. "Can you help me?" So the question is, help you with what? It's like, "This is your country. Can you show me the coolest things in Lesotho? What makes Lesotho Lesotho? Can you take me there? Can you arrange interviews and meetings? Can you just basically take care of me while I'm here? Where I sleep? Kijaing." And so now I wake up. I'm this guy's manager on the road in Lesotho. I'm the country manager now. So I'm like, "Yeah, so what do you want to do?" So I want to do the Braai Festival. It's like, okay. Before the Braai Festival, the reason why you didn't get accommodation is because we have Roof of Africa. And the city is full of people who came for off-road biking. So let's go check out the roof first. What is this roof? I'm like, let's go see. So you know, and the way the finish line was, the guys excited. You
I was
know,
so sad to have missed it, but anyway, still
yeah,
for
it's
another
good
day.
vibe. Yeah, you'll catch it next year. So met royalty there. You know, Morena Saiso is always good vibe. You know, he's chilled. I introduced him, shook hands, and the guy is very grateful. He bana jwalo sa nkopanya le ba
Gore
baholo
royalty.
jwale. So I think le confidence you alone tshepa ho feta hore ekare ke tsamaya le motho a nepahetseng. You know, so we went to the finish line ya Rufu, and then o na le dipotso tse ngata tsa batlang ho di tseba hore e sebetsa jwang ntho, and then we had to bring in the right people. So re lata chairperson ya Lesotho Off-Road Association e leng bona ba organisang roof. So ke motho a ntsebang Ntate Mpedi Ndabe. So we gave him an interview so that when the guy speaks about us internationally, ke taba tse tshwareyang,
Sure.
a se taba tse re iqapelang, you know. And then we went to Malatsunya. Tickets are sold out, but we arrived there, we get tickets because you know. So Len Knight's riding off on me because I'm driving him, you know. So then we pitch, we camp. Hakala feature further, the crowd is excited because Lena, he's good vibes, you know,
He's good,
great
yeah.
energy. So I'm a filio but to understand them branding and marketing.
Bonono merchants.
You said it.
Yeah.
Next time, I don't know how much are you paying for mentioning that.
No,
So-
they've come through for the channel as well. So the other people, yeah.
So Selector, I just saw the opportunity. He was wearing That's the blanket the guy's been wearing throughout everywhere we
and
go.
it's such a. I don't even have it, but anyway.
And it fits in within his style. So we did so many things. I mean, we went to see cool people that do cool things, amazing people doing amazing things, and we're not done yet. Mabane re ile ka tse dem, and then ha re tloha mona go montsha Afriski, re montshe Lesani, ke batla mo theola ka tlase a re kganne Absani Pass, and then see the highest pub in Africa, highest restaurant in Africa. We need to profile our country. This guy has got like 2 million on Facebook, 1.6 million on YouTube.
On YouTube, yeah.
So that's a great deal for the country. So this is beyond me. This is why we always wear the flag, because we're doing it for our country.
For our country.
The more this country gets exposure, is the more potential tourists will come in. We tour operators will get business, accommodation will get business, people selling arts and crafts will get business, filling stations will sell fuel. It's a win-win for everyone. It's a ripple
Content
effect. You know.
creators will get subscribers.
My sentiments, exactly. So that's what we're doing with him, and it's one of my biggest gigs ever. And I want to say it on record.
Sure.
This guy's not paying me. The expenses.
Sure.
You know,
For the love of the country.
yeah, and the mileage I get, I mean, all of a sudden I've got so many following in Nayona, so it's good for my business as well. But for my country, I'll stand up. I can sponsorship or anything.
Sure.
But the deal that I cut with everybody is, can you host us? And then the guy gets to stay with you. It's a win-win for you as well. So
It's a win-win. He's also coming to the channel, and Ntate Morake has also made it possible. So shout out to Leseli Tours. Hey?
yeah,
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and by the way, I did say to him, he cannot speak to him on camera if he doesn't speak to me first. No, I'm kidding, man. I'm just joking.
I brought him
I'm
on
just
because
joking.
he's doing amazing work, and this is a travel show, if you will.
Appreciate
So
it.
you also, well, I mentioned our Onar, you know?
Yeah.
There's something, I've done a couple of videos where I'm just like, there's something magical about the North, you know? And for me, Basotho, in the last 5 minutes, you know, tell us a bit about Leribe tourism.
Leribe tourism is what I'm wearing right now. This is the identity. So the district Leribe has come together to promote, sustain, and look after its tourism attractions as a district. It's done everywhere in the world, you know. So there would be the bigger picture, which is Lesotho tourism, which is Visit Lesotho.
Sure.
And then you would get districts or provincial tourism. So for the first time in this country, the first district tourism unit is Leribe tourism. So you look at dinag, but wa mamosala molap. Ha bo dinare pula yana. Gona batho ba Leribe mo re fitlang fela. We can be in New York, you could be in Mafeteng, you could be in Alexandra, South Africa. Mo re fitla ha kala re ba di fela se ba Leribe se re tlhoma fela. You know. So we the Leribe people have got so much love for the district. And we've got so much tourism attractions here. Nto ya dithunyelwa nne mona ya 1880, Basotho ba e hlola. We could have been part of South Africa today. Ka be re le province. You know, ilwane Kalabane, Limona. We have so much wealth and history. We have your dinosaur footprints and your fossils in Subing and many other places. Tikwani, we have your rock art and many other places. We've got the highest botanical garden, which is Bokong and Kati. We've got the second highest dam in the world, which is Kati again, which is also a training base for high altitude training. So we have so much as a district that we need to offer to tourists, and we need to give these accommodation establishments a reason for tourists to come and sleep, because we're in Matlakapis right now.
Sure.
If a tourist comes here, but if somebody can go to Katsi today and tomorrow go to Tsahlanyani and then the other day go to Tsigwani and hike, and the other day, the more days you have activities to do, then you stay and it's accommodation, and then it's a job for people in hospitality, for people like you in the industry. So it's a win-win for all. So we came together as the people of Leribe. And first thing we did, we went to speak to the British High Commissioner and we said, hey, the first Church of England in Lesotho, St. Saviour's, 1876, Reverend J.J. Whitcomb. So that church, St. Saviour's, which I recommend you hop in, it's got history. It's a church, functional. They still hold church services and funerals and weddings, but it's also a museum. When you walk in there, there's information on the walls. There was Totse Heights, which were the fights that took place here in 1879 and 1880. Hona le makgowa a hlokahalletseng monana, bana ba tlile e le babusisi, because Britain was a protector ya Lesotho with a protectorate. So the offices, they also built offices at DA. So there's so much history. So we went to the British High Commission and said, we understand you live in Maseru, but so Mr. Ian MacDonald, who happens to be Scottish, came on board, and we partnered with them as Leribe Tourism. So re leka ho kgothaletsa batho to travel Leribe, stay in Leribe, eat Leribe, sleep Leribe, enjoy Leribe. Like now, I feel like swimming. I'm gonna swim in the swimming pool at Matlakapisi Resort in Leribe. So we're really just doing all things to promote the tourism of Leribe, so that the young people can get jobs as tour guides as well. There's a lot of unemployment. We're really trying to fight that, you know. So it's a win-win for all, yeah.
Incredible. It's definitely a win-win for all of us. So do follow Lesotho Tourism. Do follow Leribe Tourism. And of course, follow Leseli Tours on all social media platforms. But don't forget to follow us, Escapes with TK Podcast. It's available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. But of course, we also have a show on YouTube. So hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you think about this episode. Let us know what you think about Leseli Tours. Let us know what you think of Leribe Tourism in particular. A big shout out to Leseli Tours for making this possible. A big shout out to Matlakapesi Holdings, which comprises of the Guest Lodge, the River Resort, and very soon the Mountain Resort, for the hospitality. A big shout out to my team behind the cameras, Paper Cut, and of course Bisa Inc. And most importantly, shout out to May for making it happen. I love myself, and I think you should love me too. So we will take a picture of the billboard outside. And yeah, we will move on to Matlakapesi River Resort to chat to the trailblazer, another trailblazer,
the man himself
from Ghana. Yes.
Yeah,
Let's hear what he has to say about our beautiful mountain kingdom and the kingdom in the sky. Until then, it's a wrap. Cheers.